Okay, I'm going to attempt to do some tracing through a for loop for you. We'll see how this goes. So first, let me share this screen here. All right, so I've already typed this in, and I've done a slightly different type of formatting here. So normally you see it where a for loop has all the lines just like this. But Java allows you, if you want to, you can put these statements on a different line. And the only reason I'm doing that is to have the debugger show things a little bit better. So I'm going to do something in the debugger which you may not have seen yet. So after I write this code up, I can hit this bug up here. And this is a stop sign over here that I've created. And over here, down here is it's called a canvas, which comes up from here. And then over here, you'll see some variables. So right now the program is running, but it stopped right here. And we're going to enter this for loop. And so it's going to create this line variable. We're going to initialize it to 1. So this is what I hit only once. Over here is my step function. So I'm going to step through this. Notice that after it does the initializer, my line becomes 1. Count here, which is down here, has not yet been initialized. The next thing I do is my test. So I go initialize and then to test. After I test is 1 less than 3, it is, then I'll go into the body of my for loop. Now I've decided to make it a little more complicated, and I created a for loop inside of this for loop. So the body of this outer for loop here, it starts here and goes all the way down to here because this F lines up with that brace. So I have this for loop that I'm doing here. Notice that line is still equal to 1, and it's going to remain 1 as I go through this for loop, unless I change it, which I don't appear to do. So I hit my initializer here, and I create my count is equal to 1. Then I go to my test. Is count less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is. So I go into the body, and I'm going to print count in my output. So you can see it right here, a printed count, and I added a space to it. So after I did the printing, the body of my for loop, after I do the body, I go back to my updater. So this is my updater here. So I update count, and after I do my updater, count becomes 2. I go to my test. Is my test less than or equal to 3? It is. So I go to my count, and I'll print my count. Body, test, or body, update, test. Body, update, test. So now that I've updated count to be 4, count fails the test. So I'm going to end the body. The body of this for loop is right here. So once I end that, I would go to the line underneath it. There is no line underneath it really, except this close brace. But this is for the outer loop. So I've completed the body for the outer loop. After I do the body, I do my update, and then I do my test. So we'll complete this body, go to the update, line becomes 2, and I go to my test. Is test less than or equal to 3? It is. So then I go back to the body of I go back to the inner loop. I'm not going to do it's starting here. It looks like it's going to do this. I should have put the 4 on the different line. It looks like it's going to do the initializer. It is not. It already did the initializer. So, oh no, wait, it is going to do the initializer. It's starting the for loop all over again. Duh. Okay. I never made a mistake on a video before. That was the first time, so you get to witness that. So I initialize my count to 1, and then I do my test. So I always do my test after I initialize. I should say I always do my test before I go into my body. My count is 1, and then I will repeat to test body update, test body update, test body update, test. And then I fail out of that, and I go up to my updater because I finished my body, right? So I did test body update, and is line less than or equal to 3? It is. So I would do this one more time, and you can see that then I finish my whole loop. And so this is what I get. Let's see if we can make this a little more interesting though. So I'm going to put my count is going to be plus equal to line. And then when I'm here, I'm going to system.out print line to add a new line to it. And then just for giggles, because I'm a giggly type of guy, hi, I'm in the middle of a video, but you can come on in. Sorry. I'll just leave that there. Okay, so let me just see if I can do this. And then I have a student in the room. So let's run this guy. And I get to my outer body. So I step through, line is going to equal 1, go to my inner loop, count is now 1, go to my test. Test is less, or my count is less than 3, so I'm going to print my count. Now I'm going up to my count. Now line is 1, so I'm always going to be incrementing count by 1. And so I'm going to print my count 2, print my count to 3, and then now my count is 4. So you can see it down here, it's 4. So after I finish with that, I exit the body of my inner loop and I'm going to do a print line. So you can see now on my output, I went to the next line. After the body, go to my update. I get test of line is less than 3. It is. I'm going to redo the body of my inner loop. So count is equal to 1. Count is less than 3. Go to the body. And I want to go to the update. Line is 2. So when I do my count update, now line is going to become 3. That is still less than or equal to 3. I'm going to print my count. Then after I print, I go to my updater. Now count is equal to 5 here. So this is basically my variable table, but of course I don't make it overwrite stuff. And then I fail my test. I print my line, go back to the outer loop, update, line is less than 3, inner loop, count is 1. Now count is less than 3, print it. Now when I update, line is 3. So this will jump to 4. And is 4 less than 3? It is not. So then I exit, go to my print line, go to the updater of my outer loop. That fails that because now it is 4, and then I'm all done. So this was a computer way of demonstrating a variable table. And hopefully we could see how the initializer, the test, and the update happen in the code. Right. Where is my, oh, here it is. I'm done. Oh, there it is. Stop recording, stop share.